In this next video, let's quickly go over coordinate systems. Now, we said in a previous video that ArcGIS Pro is a mapping software, not a drafting software. Yes, you can draw stuff, but it is nowhere near as powerful for quote-unquote drafting as, say, Civil 3D or a Bentley product or a product that is made for drafting. This is a mapping program. And what does that mean? Well, you basically, and at its root, is that for the purposes of you and you using the product is to understand that every piece of data you put in here should have a coordinate system. I can't stress that enough. It will allow you, or at least it used to allow you, to bring data in that has no coordinate system assigned to it. But that has little to no value when you start trying to do some actual geospatial analysis. And it can cause problems when you try to use your data in other products such as Autodesk or Bentley that have a coordinate system set. It may come in the wrong spot, for instance. The program is smart enough to know the difference between two different coordinate systems, and it will calculate or transform the data to be on the one that you choose. So it's got all of that running in the background of this. And I say all that because the first thing I want you to do when you make a new project, or a new map, is you need to come over here to your map in the contents pane. Right click on it, go to its properties, and in here you got all kinds of stuff, but we're worried about coordinate system. And set that coordinate system to what you're wanting to work in. Very first step, so you don't forget. Now, you'll notice that down here you have in the coordinate systems, we'll ignore favorites, you've got two particular groups called geographic and projected. Geographic coordinate systems, which there are a bunch, are coordinate systems for an area or the world. So latitude and longitude, which is WGS 84. Okay, World Geographic System 1984, or any of these other ones that you can choose. The key is that this geographic coordinate systems are mapped as the world being a spheroid, not a flat piece of paper. Projected are exactly that, projecting the sphere into a flat plane. These are your state plane coordinates and stuff like that. Okay? So why does this matter? Because some tools, when you try to calculate, let's say, the distance between 2 points on a arc versus a line, you will get two different numbers. So keep this in mind, that these are the differences. Often you're just going to be in a state plane, or I won't do latitude and longitude, but I wanted to go over those fundamental differences of these two and how it can affect things in the future. Now, if you're doing a lot of mapping and you're doing it in one area and you're using the same coordinate system over and over, you can come down to, let's say, I'll show state plane, NAD 83 US feet, and say Alabama, which is where I'm at. And I use this one a lot. I can right click on it and I can add to my favorites, so that I don't have to do all that drilling anymore. It is now up here in my favorites bar. So I've got these in my favorites. So if you're using them often, hit them as favorites and it'll store it on your machine and save you that a little bit of time. Z-axis coordinate systems are the exact same concept. You got ellipsoid, gravity related, and unknown height systems. Same concept. You can choose them and you can add them as favorites. Okay, so I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to choose Web Mercator for now, so that I've set a coordinate system. So now I've got a coordinate system for my map. The same is applicable for the objects that you create to use in Pro, be them shapefiles, geodatabases, images, or whatever, and we'll go through what those mean here in the next video. But they have coordinate systems as well. If I navigate here on my desktop to a shapefile I had already made and I drag and I drop it in, it'll automatically add it to the map. Now I can right click on it and go to its properties, and if I come down to its source, I can see that it is actually on state plane. But remember, my map is on WGS, so latitude and longitude. So the program is smart enough to transform one coordinate system to the other so that the data comes in the correct location. If you don't have the coordinate system set, that won't occur. So be aware of that. And if you ever bring something in and it's in the wrong spot, that is probably what has happened. I think that'll wrap this discussion on coordinates. In our next video, we'll start going through what these objects are and how to make them. If you found this helpful, please click like and feel free to subscribe.